Rise and shine, it's Entspresso time. Good morning, it's Carmichael, and I am not a morning person, but if you have a great morning routine that inspires you, it will change your life. So let's start your day off right together. Grab your coffee, know that I believe in you, and in honor of our friend Tony Robbins, get ready for a shot of Entspresso from our Tony Robbins vault. Cheers.
I wake up every morning.
Espresso keep me going.
I wake up every morning.
The most common question I've been asked by the media my entire life that always makes me laugh is, well, don't you have bad days? Don't you have days when you're like frustrated and excited and pissed off and you watch TV and you eat Cheetos and watch pornography? And I said, well, I do some of those things, right? And of course I do, but it's like an athlete. I built muscle over the years so that it's not that I don't have feelings, I don't get hurt, I don't feel sad, I don't feel tired, I feel all those things, but they're not the dominant force in my life. It's a muscle. The mind is a muscle. Emotion is a muscle. I mean, I think the most powerful muscles are the invisible force muscles. It's your spiritual, emotional muscles. Like courage unused doesn't grow, it shrinks. So I put my ass on the line regularly so that it grows, and when it keeps growing, then pretty soon the stuff that used to make me crazy, it doesn't touch me. It's not that I'm so great, just I'm well trained. I've trained this mind. I get up every morning in my life, you talk about rebounder, more crazy I do is every morning in my life, if I'm near any of my homes, and some places I have cryotherapy, but my homes I have these cold plunges, and they're 56 degrees, and the first thing I do is jump in that cold plunge. So there's not a morning where I want to jump in that. I can't remember mornings like, oh, I can't wait to jump in that thing. But I don't negotiate with myself. I do it for two reasons. One, there's a physical health component. It moves your lymph system, the blood flushes through your whole body. But the main reason I do it, even more than that, is when I go up there, I don't, you know how people negotiate, well, maybe we'll do it tomorrow, I'm gonna do this, or oh, let me wait 2 more minutes till I'm ready. There's none of that shit with me. For decades, I say, we do. I'm not here to discuss this with my mind. There's mind, and then there's soul and spirit. And soul and spirit, my soul knows. And when I say jump, you jump. I'm not here to have a discussion with you.
Self-confidence comes from doing difficult things. Self-confidence, self-respect, self-love, all of it. You want to feel good about yourself? Show yourself that you do difficult things. But we've trained ourselves to shy away, to back down instead of going after our dreams. And anytime you get an idea that you want to do something on and you don't, you are telling yourself, I suck and I want to change that. So Tony Robbins does this cold plunge every day, and I've seen it on video. If you haven't seen it yet, you can go on YouTube. It's on Business Insider. You see him in a sauna and then jumping in this freezing cold pool. I haven't gone to that extreme and built, I mean, I can't in my condo. Well, don't say you can't, but it'd be very much against the rules and expensive to build a cold plunge. So I have a cold shower every morning. So I go through 5 S's every morning. The last 2 are sweat and then scare. And scare is having a cold shower every morning. And I start off not even hot. I start off lukewarm and then slowly go cold, 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 and then end on like absolute cold. The water's, just coming out of the tap or the faucet and it's freezing. You never get used to it. I'm never looking forward to it. I never like it. But the idea is I do something every single day that is difficult. It's part of my morning routine. I want to scare myself every morning. There's a bunch of physical benefits to having cold showers. You can look it up. I'm not going to get into them on this channel, but you can go and there's a lot of physical benefits. If you have a cold shower, go look it up. But for me, it's the mindset. It's a mental benefit. Teaching myself every single day, first thing in the morning, every day, that I do difficult things, that I love scary, that I want to dive into it instead of running away. How does that relate to entrepreneurship, Evan? Well, how does having a cold shower matter? The mindset is the whole thing. The reason why you're not winning isn't because you don't have resources, because you don't have money. It's not because you don't have connections. It's not because you don't have great ideas, because you're not doing it. You don't have the right mindset. Every major growth in your business, in your life, will come from shifting your mindset, by raising your standards, by being willing to take on more difficult things, by focusing on the 8 reasons why you can win instead of the million reasons why you can't. And this is a daily thing that has to happen. A daily ritual where you teach yourself that you do scary, difficult things instead of running away from them. Because even if you had a great day today, tomorrow you're starting over again. And so tomorrow you have to do it again. And the next day you have to do it again. And teach yourself, I do scary, difficult things. Whether that's a cold shower, whether that is making a phone call in the morning, whether that, like, whatever it is, whatever the thing is that makes you afraid, show yourself. Show yourself. You're raising your standards. You're upping your game. You do scary, difficult things. You love it. So how do you actually go about doing it? I'm gonna give you a 3-step process that I think will help. Step number 1 is develop a new identity. You are a new person. You're a new person. You're not allowed to say things to yourself anymore. You're not allowed to say that you're afraid and you back down, that it's too difficult and so you don't do it. You're not allowed to say that anymore. I had a great podcast recently with my friend Mark Drager, and on the episode he was talking about how he used to always believe that he was not a disciplined person. I'm not disciplined. I can't stick to a eating routine, a healthy lifestyle. And we went to an event last November, and since then, in the past year, he's lost over 50 pounds. Over 50 pounds. He's been on keto only since May. He doesn't have any sugar at all. He hasn't had any sugar since May, and he's lost over 50 pounds. He used to come in and tell me, I have 2 choices, Evan. I can either be the happy fat guy or I can be the depressed skinny guy. And so he wants to be happy. These are the stories that he's telling himself. And then he decided to develop a new identity that, no, I am disciplined. Of course, I'm Mark Drager. I'm disciplined. I'm going to go off and show myself how disciplined I am. Let's go. And then he did. And then he stuck to his diet. And now he's working out X number of times a week, at least 5, I think. And he's eating healthy, hasn't touched sugar since May, and he's lost over 50 pounds. He's at his high school weight now, I think. Right? And he's in his mid-30s. He hasn't weighed this little since high school. He's lower than when he got married. And he got married super young, like 20 or something crazy. Right, Mark? What did you get married at? Something super young. I'm super proud of him. But the starting point was changing the identity. So what's the story you're telling yourself? What's the identity shift that you need to make? Because if you're telling yourself that you are not disciplined, then guess what? You're not. But if you're telling yourself, I am disciplined, then you know what? Your brain will find ways to actually go out and show yourself that you are. So whatever you're afraid of, whatever is difficult, scary, hard, you do it. You love difficult. You love scary. You eat hard for breakfast. It's the best. Develop that new identity. Step number 1. Number 2 is expect to suck at the start. This is where so many people fall down because you're trying to develop an identity. You say, well, I am disciplined, or I'm gonna go and work out X number of times a week, but then you get frustrated when you don't get the results. You need to expect to suck at the beginning. If you're going to the gym, you're gonna lift 5-pound dumbbells at the beginning. If you're making a YouTube video, your goal is to be consistent on YouTube now, make content, your videos are gonna suck. It's gonna take you all day to do them and they're gonna suck. Why do you think you're gonna be great the first time out? Why do you think you're not? This is what messes up adults. When kids start off on something, they expect to fall. We expect them to fall. But all of a sudden as adults, when you're trying something new, you expect to be amazing your first time out. And then when you do it and you're not great, you say, wow, I guess I'm not meant for that. I'm never gonna do that again. No, you just suck because you never did it before. Doesn't mean you suck as a human. You're amazing as a human. You just suck at the skill. How do you get the skill? You put in the work, right? You do more reps. Don't think that you're just gonna pick up a basketball and drain a 3-point or dunk. It's not how it happens, right? Expect to suck at the beginning. Love sucking at the beginning. But what doesn't suck is your effort. And that takes us to point number 3. You need to tie your self-worth to the effort, not the results. This is why people lose. They tie their self-worth to the results. They tie their self-worth to winning. If you tie your self-worth to winning, then you will only do things that you know you're going to win at. Therefore, you play small for life. If you tie your self-worth to the effort, then most days you wake up and actually fail and lose and not win. But net, you're gonna win so much harder because you're constantly pushing your comfort zone, because you're constantly proud of your effort, because you're constantly learning and growing and trying new things, and that's gonna take you to places that you can't even imagine. Tie your self-worth to the effort, not the results. Now I have a really special bonus script that I think you're gonna enjoy, but before that, question of the day, I wanna know, what is the new identity that you need to build for yourself? Let me know down in the comments below. And if you promise to take action after watching this video, we don't just watch videos here, Believe Nation, we do something. If you promise to take action after watching, put hashtag Believe in the comments as a promise to yourself, and then get to work.
Your mind has the ultimate tactical advantage over you. It knows what scars you, it knows your fears, it knows your insecurities, and it protects you. Which is why I talked about the 40% rule in my book. The 40% rule is all about the brain has the tactical advantage over you. It knows and it keeps you away from all that. That's why it says don't jump out of an airplane. Don't go in the ocean where there's sharks. It's a protective mechanism. Don't go back to the place where your dad beat the shit out of you in your mind. Don't go back. The brain protects you, but protects you so much, it doesn't allow growth. So the brain is an amazing thing, but the brain controls you. You must control it. You must take power over your own mind, or your mind will guide you into all the soft places that your brain wants to live in. Your brain has enough information. It doesn't want to go through that process of mind hardening. It doesn't want to do that. I got to remember what time I got to be here, what time I got to be there. This is where I want to stay. I'm peaceful. and wants to stay very peaceful and away from scarring.
Also, if you want to have more self-belief and more self-confidence, I have designed a free training program just for you, where every day for the next 254 days, I'll send you an email with an unlisted video to help you boost your confidence. The science says it can take up to 254 days of consecutive action to build a habit, and so I want you to build the habit of self-belief and self-confidence. It's 100% free. The link to join is in the description below.
You got to separate the vehicle from the outcome. What is it that's going to truly fulfill you? What is it that's going to give you that extraordinary life? What's going to fulfill you is different than the other person next to you. You're not going to learn that from anybody else. And you got to find it, because success without fulfillment is the ultimate failure.
If you want to see my recent one-on-one interview with Tony Robbins, check it out right there next to me. I think you'll enjoy it. Continue to believe, and I'll see you there.
The quality of your life has nothing to do with how much money you have, how many beautiful children you have, how many people love you. The quality of your life is where you live emotionally. This is the time to retool. It's the time for you to say, where's the world now? Where do I think it's going?